We're back. Before we start, let's congratulate Liverpool for winning a league. They've done a really
Well deserved.
great job. Well deserved. Kaigo, your thoughts on Liverpool? Let's start with them. Before we move on to the running.
They've had a good campaign. They started off really well, and they did not, drop the pedal. They kept winning and going on and on. They went about 20 games unbeaten in the league. And that is exactly how to claim the title. Start well, keep the momentum as much as you can, and they have Mohamed Salah to thank for this title. I tell you, Salah single-handedly won them this campaign.
Yeah.
Defensively, they've been okay. Midfield-wise, not as great. But in attack, Salah had turned up where it mattered the most, and he drove them to this title. And the manager, big kudos to the manager for, exploiting that, playing Salah to his best of his abilities and ensuring that his job, was quite easy. His first time in the top 5 league, first season, winning the league for Liverpool is quite a remarkable achievement. The reminds me of when he was at AZ Alkmaar when they were supposed to win the league in 2020 and COVID came. First season at AZ was supposed to win the league when COVID came, and that actually truncated his effort. But this time around, he's actually ensured that he's won the league with Liverpool, and I think next season is going to be a much tougher season for him. And for the past couple of weeks, Salah has not really been in that form he started league season with. And he actually affected Liverpool's momentum as well. Even when they won games, they were not as convincing per se. They were not very dominant against their opponents. But big kudos to Ernst Slot for winning the title. Big shout out to the Liverpool players and fans as well. The fans actually who have waited for a very long period of time before winning in 2020 and winning this year. So yeah,
Liverpool had a very decent. Do you think Arsenal bottled the league at some point? They weren't a match. I saw at the weekend there were fans were mocking them for bottling the league. I still don't think they bottled the league. They weren't a
no
match.
Such thing as bottling the league. Liverpool from the get-go were on another level.
Yeah.
They were winning games and going. They kept going. So no, nobody bottled the league. Liverpool, they won the league deservedly. So yeah, I do not think anyone. There's no such thing as Arsenal bottling the league. As a matter of fact, we should praise them for being this consistently coming close. It was exactly what Liverpool did a couple of seasons ago before winning the league. They were second for consecutive seasons before they ended up winning the title. So I think Arsenal winning the title is not far off anymore. What Arteta needs to do is to get a 20-goal a season striker that is going to probably take all the pressure off Saka's shoulder. And yes, that's what Arteta needs. And of course, another midfielder again to probably just balance on the side. And defensively, I think they are okay. Goalkeeping wise, they are balanced.
Yeah. Moving on from the title winners, Liverpool. Let's talk about the running. Chelsea, we've got Nottingham Forest, we've got Newcastle, we've got Manchester City, all competing for the same thing. Most of these sides wants to make it into the Champions League. Some of them will fall off and end up with Europa. And it seems your Chelsea might still find a way to make Conference League next season.
Yeah, from the look of things, I think they might make it the conference, or maybe Europa if they eventually win the Conference League this season. Probably might be Europa. I see their run of games. They have the toughest fixtures. And I may be as optimistic as a person, but I have to be very factual here. The chances of making the Champions League are very slim.
Very slim.
Very
Their
slim.
next game is against Liverpool this weekend. And luckily for them, Liverpool have won the league already. So we don't know if Slot might decide to rest some of the big names.
We'll see what happens when a team wins the league and they want to play against some of these oppositions. They do not go at you and in full throttle anymore. You have to take advantage of the fact that Liverpool have won the league and you have a lot more to play for as compared to Liverpool who have already claimed the title. You are giving them a guard of honor that should probably jeer you on to make sure that you take that team to your own advantage. That's basically what I think Chelsea should do right now.
But Chelsea will always be Chelsea.
Them hard.
Chelsea don't take advantage when it matters the most. They don't.
Well, that's true and that's false also. But then again, it just determines the games they are playing. And Romeo Lavia is back. I think that is a player they've missed for most part of the season. And in the first campaign where they've had a good run, he was playing regularly, and of course their form was pretty decent. Now that he's back, and I think they can probably recycle possession and try to help their attack and win these games, because at this point in time they need to treat every game as a final if they want to make it to the Champions League, because left for everybody else, they have the toughest fixtures, and leave Chelsea probably might never make it to the Champions League.
They've still got Nottingham Forest. I think the next team that has a bit of fixtures is Nottingham Forest,
and I think Newcastle have a difficult fixture as well. They still have Arsenal to play, and they have some really not so great games for them to play per se. So I think Newcastle also on that way, and Nottingham Forest too. But I think Nottingham Forest are advantage here. They are at advantage here because they have Chelsea to play at home. Final day of the season, you know all of the momentum, the spirit might be very high, and that day might probably decide who's going to make it to the Champions League. Liverpool, Newcastle, on the other hand, will be playing at home to Chelsea, at St James's Park. So that's to the advantage as well. I look at all of these games and I look at these grounds where a lot of big teams have gone there to crumble. These teams are going to take advantage of it. For you to go to this place and turn the tide around, you have to be psychologically at the top.
Yeah.
You have to ensure that all of this noise and the pressure do not get to you, and you have to make very, very less mistakes. That's the only time I'm going to, the only advice I'm going to give Chelsea. And of course, Chelsea has United to play. This is a team where even if they are going to lose to Bournemouth or Plymouth the rest of the day, they come to play against Chelsea. They'll be at the top of their game. They'll ensure that they play very well. United have always turned up against big opposition in the league this season. You'll probably get a win against Liverpool and go and lose against Ipswich Town.
That's what they're known for.
They get a draw against Manchester City and see them lose to Southampton. I'm just saying hypothetically, but this is what United.
It's not even hypothetical. That's what always happens for Manchester United against the bigger teams. They turn up against the weaker teams. They fail to turn up.
Yeah, so I think Chelsea actually have the toughest fixtures. If they treat each game as a final, take your time, play to the best of your strength, and ensure that defensively you don't make a lot of mistakes. Maybe, just maybe, they can nick it.
Okay, so looking at the top four, we've got Arsenal, Liverpool, the first two spots, and the two remaining spots. Yeah,
no, 5 spots. 5 teams are qualified in the Champions League.
Is the fifth spot sealed?
Sealed, yeah. England and Spain are actually having 5 teams playing Champions League.
Now we also got Manchester. Now we also got Manchester and
Tottenham. Yeah. If when they win the Europa League, they are going to make it 6 English teams playing in the Champions League. So yeah, it's not like they are taking anybody's slot again.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, for fans out there, I'm sure opposition fans will not want either of United or Tottenham to make it to the Champions League, because look at the position they are on the table. They are like 15, 16. They're having a terrible season, very terrible season. But in the top half, I think for Liverpool, Arsenal, and City, they're almost guaranteed. Look at City's run to the end of the season. I think they are going to clinch the final spot. The third position. Then the fourth and the fifth one is left for Liverpool, Newcastle, Chelsea, and Forest. You cannot take anything away from Aston Villa. Aston Villa are also there as well. Aston Villa can nick it in the board. They can come from nowhere and get that position. So everybody needs to be very wary of what they're doing right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a photo finish for the Premier League this season. I think this fight will go all the way to the final.
But I'm going to make a big prediction. I think Forest might just lose out.
Yeah, because at some point, maybe in December, there were some are comfortably in third spot.
Comfortably, a couple of points over, the fourth place team, and they were very close to Arsenal as well. Yeah. But look at just somehow, it reminds me of what Leicester used to do some couple of seasons back. They'll be in the top 4, and 2 games to go, maybe on the final day, they drop out.
Yeah,
they did it consecutively, and I think that might probably just happen with Nottingham Forest again, when some of these big boys, just know how to just get it just across the line. And if I think anybody's going to drop from the current team in the top 5, I might predict Forest. Newcastle have actually been in that position. They've gone to the Champions League, and I think that experience and the quality they have in attacking their team is going to give them the advantage to maybe qualify. And maybe Chelsea might just take that final spot, but I think Forest might just drop. But then again, we cannot take anything away from Villa. We cannot take anything away from Aston Villa.
Well said. So guys, you've heard it all. We'd like you to drop your thoughts in the comment section on how the top 6 is going to shape at the end of the season. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and support us. Help us reach 10,000 subscribers. I remain Yimzi, and this is
Kaigo, and thank you for watching our video. Stay tuned.
So guys, see you in the next one.
Bye.
Cheers.